Hey guys, welcome to the Bows. Today I'll be talking about the title fight that just happened at UFC 266, the main event, Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega. So Alexander Volkanovski won via decision, and on two of the judges' scorecards, it was 50-45, and on the last judge's scorecard, it was 49-46. In my opinion, it was 49-46. I think Brian Ortega did enough to take that last round. But nevertheless, it was a dominant performance and a fantastic performance by Alexander Volkanovski. So Volkanovski looked like a destroyer yet again, and it was probably his most dominant title performance so far. His first performance against Max to win the belt was great too, but this one, he inflicted so much damage on Ortega, and he looked so great, and his motor was so high, and escaping those submissions was crazy. I don't know who's going to beat this guy. He's just so dynamic and so well versed in every aspect of martial arts. It's crazy. Even though Ortega had a huge advantage in the jiu-jitsu game and got in deep chokes, first the mounted guillotine and then the triangle choke, it's crazy to see Volkanovski escape both of those, especially the first one. The first one looked really bad. It was really tight on his neck. He was kicking his feet, trying to escape Volkanovski, and somehow he got out. It was crazy. The crazy part of it was that Volkanovski not only escaping the choke, the guillotine choke, and then the triangle choke, but then he comes back and smashes Ortega and wins the round. His skill set is so good, his cardio is so good, and his willingness to win and do whatever it takes is so high that it's going to be hard for anyone to beat this guy. And no one's taking rounds from him. It's very hard to take rounds from this guy. So Volkanovski may be your champion for a while. I could still watch him and Max fight all day, every day. There'll be competitive fights for as long as they fight. They may end up fighting 5 times for who knows, if Max keeps beating all the contenders and Volkanovski is still there. So we'll see what happens with that. Even though he got beaten pretty badly and took a ton of damage, you gotta respect Ortega. That's 2 performances now where he lost against Holloway and then against Volkanovski, both for the belt, and he got smashed in both and took a lot of damage in both. He still always stays in the fight and somehow came back and won the 5th round. That was crazy. You gotta respect that guy. He's got a lot of heart. I hope he doesn't have too many long-term side effects from taking that much damage. He's only got 2 pro losses, and both those pro losses have resulted in him taking a ton of damage. But back to Volkanovski. If he keeps doing what he's doing and looking this dynamic and fighting so well and being so dominant, we're going to be looking at him as the next GSP, just at 145 pounds. He's that good. And he actually did remind me of GSP watching him fight, just being so well-rounded and being a guy who's a little bit on the smaller side of his division. Obviously, he's a thickly built, he's got a lot of muscle type of guy, but he's a smaller guy in terms of his frame and his height, and he's still beating all these guys. It just reminded me of GSP, the way he is so versatile and so well-versed in every aspect of martial arts. He looks really good. He just reminded me of GSP. And I think he could be that type of next GSP guy. He seems like he's got the work ethic, he's got the skill, he's got the drive and determination to do so. I think we could see a long-reigning champion, possibly. Again, I'm a Max fan. I'm a big Max Holloway fan, so I'll be rooting for Max always. But he has his hands full. His hands real full with Volkanovski. Volkanovski is going to keep getting better. I'm assuming Max is going to get better and better as well. They're both going to have competitive fights once they fight each other again. And I think Holloway will beat Yair Rodriguez. And then we're going to see Volkanovski versus Holloway 3. Even if Holloway loses and he keeps beating other opponents that are coming up, other contenders, he is then going to still have nowhere to go besides fighting for the belt, even if he loses again to Volkanovski. Maybe they'll fight a 4th time. They're going to fight so many times, I can almost guarantee it. Alright guys, that's all I got today. Leave a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about Volkanovski's performance. Do you think he could be looked at as the guy who's going to be the next GSP? Because he's giving those kind of vibes right now, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about that. Alright guys, till next time, peace.